We now head to Rivers State, where the Martin Amaewhule-led Rivers State House of Assembly has issued a 7-day ultimatum to Governor Siminalayi Fubara to re-present the 2024 budget to the House. The ultimatum came after the first sitting of the Pro-Wike House on Monday. The other house, led by Victor Okojumbo, is also holding a parallel sitting. Fubara had earlier represented or presented the budget to the House loyal to him when his current Chief of Staff, Edison Ehie, presided as the Speaker. Ehie and other pro-Fubara lawmakers passed the budget estimates, and the governor signed the bill into law. He stated that it is aimed at promoting economic development, inclusive growth, and addressing socio-economic inequality in the state. Staying in Rivers State, the Court of Appeal sitting in Port Harcourt has dismissed 2 appeals instituted by local government chairmen loyal to the Minister of Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike. Now, the appeals were filed by Enyiada Cookey-Gam and 6 others. They were challenging the decisions of the High Court regarding the elongation of their tenure. The court, while delivering its ruling on Monday, found the appeals to be without merit and consequently struck them out. Now, to discuss this, we are joined by Honourable Samuel Nwanosike, Factional Chairman, Ikwerre Local Government Area. Hello, Honourable. Thank you so much for joining us at this time.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. And it is good that we tell the public what actually happened.
All right, now
I know that your reporters were in court.
Yes, in telling the public what happened, to begin with, let's quickly create a foundation here. What was the reason behind your decision to appeal the lower court's ruling, and do you believe that the Court of Appeal's decision was fair?
First of all, we are law-abiding citizens. We are not people who don't understand the tenets of democracy. We know that the judiciary is the hope of the common man. So when judiciary make pronouncements, we must obey judicial pronouncement if we are true Democrats. We will not pick or choose which laws of court we will obey. What happened today in the Court of Appeal was that the Court of Appeal found out that based on the Court of Appeal rule, 6 Rule 4, states clearly that our party should have filed that case at the trial court before coming to the Court of Appeal. So the process was struck out, and we're asked to go back and refile the process at the lower court, after which we could now come back to the Court of Appeal. It is a judicial process. It must be followed. The case has not been thrown away. It is just that that process must be adhered to. So we agree with the Court of Appeal. Our lawyers are going to make sure that that process goes on, because the action of the lower court is going to affect us. The laws that they talked about was made by the Rivers State House of Assembly, which is going to say whether we will remain in office so that elections will be conducted or not. So we're going back to do the needful as directed by the Court of Appeal, and that appeal will still survive by the grace of God. Having said so, coming back to the issue of the House of Assembly asking the governor to represent the
Okay, no, we've actually not gotten there yet, Honourable. We're actually not focusing on that for now, but then would actually love to hear your thoughts in the end of the interview. But then, still on this matter of the appeal and everything, how do you think that this outcome will affect the political career and future prospects of you and other chairmen in the state?
To even begin with, the issue that is on ground now, as stated by the same Court of Appeal last week, said clearly every action taken by Okojumbo and his three friends are null and void, meaning all the CCC caretaker committee chairmen that appeared before them, commissioners that appeared before them, the Attorney General that appeared for any dealing, anything done by the Okojumbo-led house is null and void. It is the ruling of the Court of Appeal. Until that ruling is vacated by the Supreme Court, that is the laws of our land. So as far as we are concerned, we have the ample opportunity to go back to the trial court, file our notice of joinder, and it's our right for the lower court to allow us to join, because the actions taken by the lower court will affect us. That's why in the judicial process, our legal team are doing the needful. Nothing unusual happened today in court. Nothing unusual.
All right, now talking about nothing unusual happening today in court, and you said you'd be going to file a notice of rejoinder. I did ask a question, the first time. I asked if you actually feel or believe that the decision was fair. I don't think you've actually answered that.
Of course, it is fair. The decision should not only be fair when it goes against you. If the Court of Appeal has said the process of you coming to Court of Appeal direct to file this appeal is not the process of court based on Rule 6, under 6 to 4, or how they even say it, it is clear that you must go back to do the needful, to do the right thing. We, on our side, we have told you that we will always stand by the rule of law. We will obey every court decision, whether they are against us or they are for us. That is the way Democrats behave. Democrats don't just pick and choose decisions of courts that are in their favor. Like as we speak today, there are a lot of things that are happening at the same time in Rivers State because of desperation. And so I am waiting for your interview to come to that, so I will tell the public where we are now in our state and what is happening.
Okay. All right. Now, you did mention that you're considering further legal action and, exploring other avenues to challenge the decision. But if, it comes in favor of the governor, will you accept the outcome and move on?
Why wouldn't we accept the outcome? Why are we here? We are public servants. And we swore an oath to uphold the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Irrespective of whose God is going to hurt, we will do that. If a court ruling is against you, you will obey. Because without the judiciary and the legislature, there is no democracy. That is the foundation of our coexistence. That's why in this society we agree to be governed by laws.
Okay, so you're saying that despite your differences in opinion and also your political affiliation, you intend to work with, the new administration and Governor Fubara to be able to move Rivers State forward?
I don't understand what that question means. You asked me a question about the judiciary. I just answered. And I told you, if the court says we have done something, we didn't find documents properly, we should go and fight and come back. We have done that. We've not gotten to that level.
Okay,
if
now just briefly,
our governor. If a man is our governor and the man is not governing us by the rule of law, the man is not governing us, is not obeying the foundational item which we all practice democracy, which is constitution. How will you expect us to hold our hands and not bring it to the fore? We must bring out these issues to the public because we are practicing a constitutional democracy.
All right, now quickly speak to us on the Ameole-led, faction that actually said that the governor should represent the budget. You're going to speak to us on that. Go ahead and do that.
Yes. First of all, there must be a correction of the narrative that you people in the press have. And I find it difficult to believe that your reporters are not feeding you the proper information. Don't forget that when this crisis broke out in October, the day the governor was served impeachment notice, that same day, Edison Ehie was impeached as the leader of the 10th Assembly and suspended indefinitely alongside Oko Jumbo, Sokari Goodhead, and the man representing the governor in Opobo Nkoro. They were suspended properly. They've not gone to court to challenge the suspension. And even at that, the Supreme Court has ruled clearly to say you must have 1/3 as a quorum for you to do any legislative business that will stand. Where did Edison Ehie get the 1/3 that elected him speaker when 27 persons out of 31 are on one side and him and 3 others are on another side? And that was why when we appeared before Mr. President, one of the conditions Mr. President listed out before the governor and all our leaders and we all in the villa was that you cannot take a budget of a state to 4 persons when you have 27 persons. And as far as we are concerned, we're just shocked that Nigerians are keeping quiet. And our governor, as he stands today, this 31st of June, has no capacity to spend River State money because there is no budget. And that is why the proper assembly, as cleared by the Court of Appeal, has said, maybe you have forgotten, Mr. Governor. You are now spending Rivers money without appropriation because from 1st of July, he has no right to spend that money because there's no appropriation. That he should bring the budget before the proper assembly so that Rivers people can have a proper budget so that that budget can provide for the election you want to conduct, provide for payment of salary, provide for running the day-to-day activities in the state. That's what the assembly have done, and which is consistent with the law. And so, Dr. Motoshaw, in his ruling of 24th of January 2024, stated clearly, you must present the budget to the Martins Amehule-led assembly. Edison Ehiye never existed. All his actions are null and void. That is Dr. Motoshaw. Court of Appeal has come again to uphold that same ruling, to say Okojombo does not exist in the eye of the law. All actions taken by him are null and void. So the question is, are we going to have a state run like a banana republic where we will not have appropriation? A state like River State? No, that is not the democracy our founding fathers left for us. And nobody should come and play the issue of being oppressed, hiring people. We just saw a man now come up from Zenith Labour Party because he was in government house day before yesterday night. Now he has joined the fray. River State is now a cash cow. Every Tondika had from one state are coming to say things, forgetting that there are laws. When the law comes, all those things will stand. You cannot build something on nothing and expect it to stand. It is clear there was no house led by Edison Ehiye because nobody elected the speaker. There was no house led by Okojombo. A suspended man cannot be elected by 2-3 persons to become speaker. Okay, if you say Okojombo is the speaker, Sogarigude is deputy speaker, the other man is chief whip or leader of the house, who are the members of the house?
All right. Well, thank you so much.
You must be one-third for you to take any decision that
Honourable, we've actually run out of time right now, but thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule to speak to us on this. This is definitely a developing story, so we'll circle back to you, for more on this. Thank you so much.
But there's an information you allow me to give to the public. One small information, please. As I speak to you now, even despite the Supreme Court ruling, the Court of Appeal ruling, that Governor Fubara has to go to Supreme Court to appeal. He has refused to appeal. What has he done? Today he has gone behind again to another court at the state court to go and seek another injunction. This time around, barring the chief judge of the state from dealing with the matter led assembly because he's desperate. He's afraid of impeachment. He believes that impeachment is coming his way. The question is, why be desperate if you're doing the right thing? You have the right to appeal.
All right. All right. Well, thank you.
Court of Appeal. Why go back to the state high court?
Thank you so much, Honourable.
To create more political crisis.
We have to wrap up this conversation right now. Thank you so much.